Good evening, and we're skipping around a little bit, so we need to pay attention. It is in Chapter 4, and number operations is the standard, and we're looking at fraction operations, and we're going to do multiply and divide. We've just done adding and subtracting, and the tricky part is you're also using negative rules, and you're going to do that again here in multiplying. But when you're multiplying, you're going to have a fraction, and this one here is a fraction times a fraction. And what's really nice about multiplying is you don't need to find a common denominator. And oftentimes multiplying is of. So I'm taking 1/2 of 1/3. So that's what that means, and it kind of makes it a little bit clearer if you remember that multiplying is also known as of. And so I'm just going to multiply the numerators together, 1, and then multiply the denominators together, and I'm working down. Please do that. And I have a fraction with 1 in the numerator, so it's simplified. 1 is done. And it's pretty simple, multiply numerators to numerator, denominator to denominator, and then simplify. Now, example 2 on the same page has a whole number 2 times -3/4. And so right away it gets complicated, but that means 2 of -3/4. And so when I work with fractions, I turn everything into fractions. So, poof, turn that whole number into a fraction, put a 1 under it, and now I can kind of ignore that negative, and we're going to still multiply 2 times 3, the numerators together, and get 6. And 4 times 1 and get 4. But we can't forget it now. There's only one negative, so in multiplying, the answer is negative. But if you look at that fraction, 6/4 is an improper fraction, so let's stop, drop, divide, and we get 1 time, and we get a remainder of 2/4, and that's negative. But if we look at the fraction right here, that is an automatic 1/2. So we need to simplify that again. So the answer is -1 and 1/2. And put it down below and box it in, prove that you've simplified it. And example 3 on the same page is 2/7 of -3/8. And this is already a fraction. So we can just multiply across numerators to numerators. We get 6. And 7 times 8 is 56, and it is 1 negative. I just covered that up, but it's 1 negative, so bring it on down. And that is an even over even, so I can divide by essentially 1. But I'm going to take a 2 out of 2, which is 1. So I'm going to get, if I need to work down, so it's -3 over 56 divided by 2 is 28. Now, I do not have 1 in the numerator, so I need to go through my step check. It is a proper fraction, even though it's negative. Does 2 go into both? No. Does 3 go into both? No. Does the numerator go into the denominator evenly? No. So the GCF is 1. You are done. Congratulations.